Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
History was made in Starkville, Mississippi. Did you know that Davis Wade Stadium for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State is the second oldest Division I-A campus football stadium, opened in 1914 as Scott Field? The cowbells are clanging every time you visit Starkville, Mississippi. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Sooners ready to kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
And man, he is going to be tasked at that QB spot with a tremendous challenge. This unit, they're top 10 in sacks, and they're going to be pinning their ears back, flying around like you've watched them on tape. And so, Palmer, when you're a QB, man, you know you're going against guys that can get to you fast, that win, that hit quarterbacks. Like, what's going through your head to start a football game?
You are not going to be able to get through your entire progression. You are going 1 to 2, and if that's not open, you're taking...
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Mississippi State right back to the line.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Making his first move. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. So Oklahoma's offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. How will they be able to deal with this lockdown corner on the outside who believes he can take away half the field? This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man downfield. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Buying time to his right. He's going to run it. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here with Robinson. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Rush right in his face. Takes a hit as he fires. Couldn't set his feet.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. And if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
That ball's incomplete. They had the screen all set up, and he couldn't hang on to the ball. The Sooners will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Under pressure. Right side, it's West. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Mississippi State going up tempo. Keeps it himself. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looks it in. He only needs a sliver of daylight. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. On the ground with the counter. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On play action. They're all over it. Unloads in the nick of time.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Out wide right, it's Sategna. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Put 6 on the board. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Bluff Bothwell. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Taylor wants to throw. Rush is on. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Searching for space. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Drops back on 1st down. Here comes the heat. They tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
2nd down, going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide left, it's Harris. And he picks up enough for the 1st down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the 1st quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We've played 1 before we move on. Let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. Trying to escape and get it himself. There he goes. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Left side is Harris. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Sooners go back to work after moving the chains through the air. In the red area, it's Robinson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
They'll run with Robinson. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Dead center perfect, and that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Tells the run, wants to pass. Right side, it's Johnson. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Taylor wants to throw it. And the misconnection on 3rd down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He gets a block. Can they catch him? They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll go to the counter. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the back. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Mississippi State calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Out wide left, it's Johnson. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. And the come to the line in the hurry-up. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their 2nd. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Taylor wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Trying to take it back. Slips through the line. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Fires to the wideout. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. And he avoids the sack.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Works his way to the 18-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down. They'll be facing 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports desk. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami taking on the Pitt Panthers. And it's the Hurricanes looking to push their record to 7-0. And you do that, you essentially lock down a postseason spot, although I think their goals are far bigger than just that. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in Starkville. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the 2nd half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the 2nd half. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Looking left. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. Long way to go. and wants to throw. Stepping to the right, trying to find his man in the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Straight ahead, it's Blaylock. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And now on second down for this offense. They want to run this quarterback. He's stopped. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Left side is Harris. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Finds a crease. It's Blaylock. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone, it'll be 1st down. The Sooners have taken it inside the 20. They'll try the counter. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Trying to establish the run. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal. And they've been able to get within 2 yards. Now will they try to throw it in? Touchdown Sooners! And the stomping has commenced.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Fluff Bothwell again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Taylor wants to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Catches it cleanly at the 20. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in this sweet return there. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, gonna throw it. On the move. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with a first down. The give on the counter. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hands it off. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Robinson. Nowhere to go.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Looking to take a shot. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone. The Sooners looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Motion from the wideout. From the red zone, it's Robinson. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Robinson again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. And they'll the first down and mark it at the 47. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Could not make his way to the corner. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. 3rd and long right here. Wants to throw. It's Swan. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Deep in his own territory as he reels in that punt. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
He's got it down the right side. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Sells to run, looking to pass. Moving to his left. He'll get rid of it. Out wide left, it's Thomas. Oh, what a cut! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bottom. Oh, it's a fumble! And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, and if you're wondering why this offense hasn't scored in this game, it's plays like that. Not only have they not been able to execute running or throwing the football, they've had penalty problems, but it's turnovers as well. And here in the 4th quarter, ball security coming back to bite this offense.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he could have stopped the drive right there with the pick, but he couldn't hold it.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Buys time to his left. It's caught. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100-touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Buck Bothwell. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.